Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. Happy Christmas Eve! You know? Yeah, guys, it's Christmas Eve and we're filming. We might be kind of insane. Literally all of our families are annoyed with us. It's great, you know? Chelsea reaction. David, you were you there?
Yeah.
And Max, you were on assignment, but you were able to, catch up whenever you needed to, right?
Yeah, I caught the second half and I watched Match of the Day, so I'm pretty clued up as to what went on.
All right, so David actually went the game. I didn't again. I was just lazy. I stayed in America.
Yeah,
Dave
stayed in bed. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you, David? How was the atmosphere in the stadium?
Funny enough, me and Max were talking earlier, and Max's Chelsea friend said it was pretty woeful, and I probably wouldn't. I don't think it was woeful. It was just flat at times, but I think that really comes down to the fact that in terms of going forward, there wasn't much to shout about. Although defensively, they were sound. Creating chances, there wasn't many. I think that always plays a part in the atmosphere. So yeah, it was a strange game yesterday. I don't know if maybe it was because the lads by us, we were all having a bit of a Christmas party, so someone snuck in a bottle of Jaeger, which it all went a bit downhill. But yeah, it was a strange one yesterday. I was obviously happy with the point. I think most were, but in terms of, I'm not gonna lie, going forward, I was a little bit disappointed, and I've had a little bit of stick saying that, but. It doesn't matter kind of what we're trying to achieve. I'd still like to see us create a little bit more going forward. But that being said, I think we got a good point against the current champions of England. So in all, it was a good point and decent day.
Yeah, Max, what do you got?
Coming into the game, I kind of had the idea that it'd be very similar to the game at Anfield, really, because Chelsea literally have quality everywhere, all over the pitch. And as we found out over the last couple of years, particularly under Conte, he utilises that quality to full effect. And I just thought, especially when I seen the team, no Vlasic or Lookman on the bench, and Schneiderlin and Gay playing together. So I kind of had the idea that he was going to, it was going to be a gritty, tough defensive show, and from what I watched, that's what it was really. I was quite surprised that Chelsea didn't manage to get through. Really, few good saves from Jordan Pickford, which I think deserves full credit for his performance. But yeah, like David said, the real lack of stuff of attacking threat. There was that Dominic Calvert-Lewin chance in the first half. Very rarely should have put it across to Sigurdsson. And the one that really got on my nerves was the Michael Keane header at the end, where he's kind of just got underneath it and it's gone over the bar. I think if that would have went in, I think that would have been an absolute Sam masterclass, really, keeping them at bay for the whole 90, then smash and grab in the last minute. But it wasn't to be. So, it is a good point.
Yeah, it seemed pretty clear that, Sam's plan worked again. Before, I think earlier in the week, he had done an interview where he talked about how getting any points against Chelsea would be a bonus. It was almost as though he had been focusing more on the midweek match rather than this one. But to be honest with you, defense looks sound. It was exactly like Anfield, just like the derby. It was exactly what I expected. The people on American television, the commentators, it was as though they never watched, they didn't watch the derby. Like, they got no report. So it was almost like they were surprised by what was going on. And I was like, what? We called this. We knew this was going to happen. And I've gotten to the point now where I'm cheering defensive plays at home. And it's just because it's it's the highlights of our games lately. It's just really awesome. Jags clears them off the line. Hell yeah. That was like awesome.
Yeah, the only thing I do worry about, and as I said, I got stick for this, and people are getting a bit mistaken. I'm not saying I'm disappointed at all. I'm happy, and I totally agree. 4 or 5 weeks ago, we probably would have lost that game 4 or 5-0 easy. But it's almost like hindsight, or I can just foresee that this is going to get very tiresome very quickly. This kind of like defensive attitude, and people are saying, "No, he's getting the defense right, and then he's going to start working on going forward." And I hope they're right. But if we would have got beat 1 or 2-0, if a couple of those chances would have went in yesterday, same thing at Anfield, I think there'd be a lot of moaning going on. I think if those first defeats, if we have 2 back-to-back defeats, I think very quickly people are going to start turning. So that's why I was just a little bit disappointed that we never had more to say going forward, because I think if we did, then I feel like there wouldn't be as much criticism as if we did go and then concede 1 or 2 goals yesterday. So that's my only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about in the long term. But as I said, I'm not complaining about getting a draw against Chelsea at home, no way, especially after this season.
A lot of these teams that tend to bomb forward and play a really attractive football, a lot of them tend to forget about the defensive aspects of the game. And Liverpool, a good example. They sit there and they high press, and it's flowing football and a lot of offensive opportunities. But let's be honest, nobody really ever accuses them of having a stout D. Right now, we're the opposite. However, we're winning the games we're supposed to. That is a thing. We're grabbing points against the upper top 6 squads, and we're beating anybody else that's below. It's not bad.
Yeah, if you beat everybody below you and pick points off the ones above you, you're going to do well at the end of the year, no doubt about it. I don't know. I'm dead reluctant to sound negative because I'm really not. As I said, I'm chuffed with the point. But on another day, you can't argue. We said it about the Anfield performance, and we'll probably say it again if we wanted to about yesterday. It could have gone differently if a couple of those chances might have gone in. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm just managing expectations a little bit, but I just don't want that to come across as if I'm being negative or anti-Allardyce, which, you two more than anyone know I'm not. Either of them, really. I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah.
I've had a bevy, and I'm telling you how it is.
This was my main concern about Allardyce, really. Yeah. Obviously, we knew he was going to shore up the defence, and probably not to such a good of an extent that he has done, really. Given how shambolic we were previously, we couldn't have, it's 7 now without a loss. I don't think we could imagine that.
2 goals conceded as well.
Exactly. It's just my main concern was, right, okay, we knew we're going to start off defensively as a base to build on, but can we now become progressive? Right. Can we now kind of expand that type of football and be more attractive, get the ball forward quicker and score more goals? Yep. That was my main concern, and fully, especially with January coming up, we can start looking at that.
Yeah.
I also, what on Jay?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm happy with the result. I'm not breaking out the Jaeger.
Yeah, neither was I. I don't know whose idea that was, but it all went a bit downhill last night. But another thing as well, just while we're on the subject, I thought maybe for the first time the substitutions weren't right yesterday. I thought Davis was probably having one of his better halves this season, which we've been critical at times of him because he hasn't played great, but he's playing quite well yesterday, and he got pulled off, and obviously that substitution then the injury happens, and we were 3 subs down with about 35 minutes to go in the game, so that had a factor as well. But as I said, it's all nitpicking at this stage, isn't it? So we'll just see how it pans out.
I think what nobody's really mentioning, I don't see anybody mentioning it, Rooney was out with the flu. We didn't start one of our biggest impact players now, and we played a totally different center back pairing than we've played this whole undefeated run, right?
On that note, something that I picked up is that even though Williams and Holgate were on the bench, obviously he went with Jags and Keane. I think that's something that I think he's worked on in training, and that he sees a centre back pair.
Oh, like 2 different partners, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing Holgate and Jags or Keane and Williams. I think it's going to be Williams and Holgate and Jags and Keane. I think that might be a training method that he's kind of brought in, which, even though he did bring Williams in, I believe made it 3 at the back. I just feel like that's something that he focuses on, and I think it's been to our benefit the way we've played.
Yeah, I agree.
So he did go 3 at the back second half. I think earlier on, I think the big reputation that Sam brought with him, everybody expected this is the way Sam's going to play, and that's the way it is. He had this, I almost feel like it's a misconception that he was inflexible, that he only does this one particular type of football, and that's it. But he doesn't. He will switch up formations mid-game. He will start with a different formation. It's refreshing to see that kind of thing. However, I will say, when we went 3 at the back, and then we switched up formation, did anybody feel like that? How much did that change the game for or against us? It seemed like it kind of continued in a similar fashion as the first half.
Yeah, I'd agree. I don't think it did influence the game too much. But then, as I've just said, I thought maybe the changes were a little bit wrong, and I think the injuries kind of killed off any plans that maybe he had tactically, because he was forced into his final change so early on. Yeah.
Couple little bits of I guess talking points from this game. Ghana out probably for a month at least. Baningimi in. Really quick, did anybody think we lost a step when Baningimi came in? Because I thought he looked pretty good.
Something that I talked about it while I was, I caught that, and I was good because I'm a big fan of Gay. I think Gay's probably my favourite player in the team. But we were talking about Benengimi, and it's a positive sign when a young lad comes into the team and he doesn't look out of place. You know, he's not a flashy player. He's not a, I think we know that he's not a player that's going to go and win you a game. But the fact that he's come into the side, forced to come into the team, and the way he always seems calm. He doesn't seem like under any pressure to make a mistake. You don't look at him and think, oh, he's got a mistake just waiting to come out. He seems always composed, which, if he is going to get an extended run in the team now, I don't think any Evertonian will have a problem with that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
David,
no, I agree.
David, be quiet about it. We've had enough from you on this subject. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to blab either. I totally agree. I didn't.
Oh, God, he's going to shut up for once.
All right, so last talking point, we have to bring it up. Sandro came in at the beginning of the second half. We kind of went with a 3-5-2, 3-4-3 kind of thing, and Sandro was one of the guys up front, one of the forwards. How are we feeling about Sandro at this point? It was a weird performance because I thought his link-up play was solid. He seems a decent passer, but I've been disappointed in his speed, like trying to outrun anybody. I just don't see it happening often.
After that performance, I'd be a lot more reluctant to let him go because I think he's shown a lot more aspirational qualities there that I feel like we could do it in the squad. I think his hold-up play seemed to be a lot better of what we've seen. As you say, Gerry, I mean, he wasn't the quickest or the sharpest, but I think that comes with game time, really. So I think after that performance, I think he's at least going to be in the squad for the next few weeks now. Because, as you say, the link-up play was good, which is something that we haven't really had, especially against the likes of the Big Six, because Dominic Calvert-Lewin just seemed to be isolated. So bringing someone in who can help with the link-up play, help get players up. As I say, his hold-up play seemed to be bettered. So yeah, I think he's going to have an extended run in the squad now.
What do you think, David?
Difficult. When I was talking about him yesterday, and hate to disagree, Max, so I'll try not to. But I don't know. As the game was going on, I was talking to a mate of mine, Paul, and we were talking about him in class. And just because you naturally seem to group them both in together because they both struggled and come in at the same time. And obviously, the pair of them haven't done that great. But we don't doubt that they have quality. The pair of them, fantastic last season for the respective clubs, albeit in different leagues. But my issue is, although it's not worked so far, we've made so many excuses for them. And just at what point do you start thinking, well, you've got to take some responsibility for yourself? And I think I'm at that stage now. They had this 11v11 training game. After that, Klassen hasn't even made the squad, which makes me think he's still not doing very well. And, people say, well, he's come into a bad team. I've said it myself, but Vlasic come into a terrible team as well, and we're all raving about him and want to see more of him. When it comes to Klassen and Ramirez, even yesterday, I'm going to be honest, I thought he was pretty bang average. And I found myself making excuses for him again about, he's not in the right position or he hasn't got the right person with him. But I just want to see some flashes of what he's about, a bit of speed, a bit of maybe technical play or just anything really. As Max said, his link-up play actually wasn't bad. I'm not getting on his back over that, but it's just everything else that come with it. And I just think when you're in that bad spell, you've got to pull yourself out of it sometimes. And I don't think he done enough for me yesterday. He got a full half yesterday to do it, and he just wants it. I don't want to see him go. I want to see him do well. Same with Klassen, but I guess the moral of the story is I want to see them do a little bit more for themselves now, rather than us keep making excuses for them and blaming this and that. And that's kind of how I felt about that performance yesterday.
Yeah, after the behind-the-scenes friendly, Sandro has been in, okay, and Banigimi has started to surface again. All right, so I think those are two players who apparently helped themselves very much during that. Yeah. Apparently, I heard that McCarthy apparently did well as well.
But sorry, I didn't want to cut in, but I just missed it before, which makes me more favourable to Ramirez doing well in the long term because, as you said, he got the nod, for Saturday's game. So that makes me think he did do well, as you said, but I can't continue, sorry.
Yeah, well, no, David, no. I mean, he did, to his credit, I think, he worked hard. That is a thing. Wasn't lazy. That's good. We want that. I worry there's some physical aspects that he has that I think is going to take a longer to adjust to than maybe he's willing to give the patience to improve on. You know what I mean? Like I'm worried he's going to get too impatient with a little amount of playing time before he has time to adjust to this physical league. Because I feel like people are bigger and on a straight line faster. I don't know about quickness. I feel like he's decently quick, but on a straight line, those center backs outran him yesterday. They did. They looked faster and bigger. Well, of course, bigger, but you know what I mean, faster. So again, he was the most exciting signing for me. Like in terms of, oh wow, $5 million, and he's gonna sit there and score all these goals just outside the box, and he's got a killer shot, and we haven't seen that because he has rarely been in position to even get that opportunity. So yeah, my positivity is waning on Sandro because I think it was one of his stronger performances yesterday, but I don't know if that's a good thing in that it seemed a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
Link up play was great. Hard work was great. Can he get the other stuff? Maybe we'll see. All right. Guys, anything else? Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right. This is actually longer than expected. That was our Chelsea reaction, folks.
It always is.
Yes. If you're digging the videos, please subscribe. We are over 200. We're actually over 220 at this point. Viewers have been great. All right, very supportive stuff. Thanks so much. Check out David's stuff on both the Toffee Blues website and on the Sportsman. Check out Max's stuff on the Toffee Blues website. Yeah. Guys, that's it. Enough plugging. Let's go to the next video. Bye.